Oh man.
What's going on, brother? What is going on? So, we were backstage and we were just kind of like talking about Laura Conda cards, and you were telling me how you have to get invited to
So
buy them. Tell me more about that.
I think I brought it up in at the end of the live towards the end of the live last week. There's, of course, I did get my first chapter Lorcana starter cards, and these things are actually, really looking through these. Mind you, when I opened them up, and I didn't realize they're a booster pack, so I haven't actually opened up the booster packs yet. That I want to, film the unwrapping. But my daughter, she came to me, I think the next day. She goes, "Dad, where'd you put those cards?" I'm like, "Away."
Away. That's where I put them.
Because I put them way up on the top shelf, so I knew she wasn't going to climb up to get them. And I'm glad because I came home today and my boxes had all the stuff ripped out of them. And so I'm like, God, I'm glad I put those up. But the quality of these cards are really, really good.
So let me ask you a question though, because you've seen Pokemon, right?
Yes.
And now you've seen Magic the Gathering. Have you seen those
I
cards?
used to do Magic the Gathering as a kid.
Which one do they remind you the most of?
Probably more Magic the Gathering.
I said the same thing.
Just because of because of the way they did the cards, more of a whimsical type of artwork, stuff like that. Now I still don't know how to play. And
I don't either.
A buddy of mine at work just got his too, and we actually are having our company like luncheon. We always do this big luncheon for all the guys and everything on this Thursday. So he's like, "Dude, let's just bring in the cards. My buddy's gonna teach me how to play. We'll play on the Christmas thing." I'm like, "All right, sounds good."
Just bring them in. We're gonna play. So are you gonna put them in protectors first?
I don't know. I don't have anything for it at the moment. I did order some clear like cases to be able to put the starters in. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. But getting back to your invitation. So at the end of the live last week, I had gone on to Amazon.com. And I think this is kind of a smart way at the same time. I don't know how they're verifying it, but I noticed they had some of the Floodborne, the newer ones, the chapter 2 on the starter packs on Amazon. And there was a little button on there that said invite. Now, this is a way I think Amazon's trying to combat the bots on these starter decks is you have to actually click the button to get invited just to purchase these starter decks. And it wasn't up until yesterday. All of a sudden I got an email and say, "Hey, you've been invited to purchase, these starter decks." So I was able to purchase both of them. Now you can actually, I think you can purchase. I didn't see how many you could purchase, but I just got one of each, stuff like that. But I thought, oh, that's kind of I guess, a nifty way to, be able to do it. But the nice part is once you get invited, it stays open. So technically, I could go in. Actually, no, it's not. It says, "Thanks for shopping with us. To meet the high demand for this item, we limited purchases to one per customer." So I can't even go in and buy more. So I'm wondering if they're verifying Amazon accounts before they allow you to buy them.
I don't know. That's still a really smart way of doing it because bots wouldn't know how to respond to the come back and buy. I mean, so it's
because they even did it to the booster packs. They have a 24 count of booster pack box for $143.99. You again have to click the button say request invite.
right. So it's still a really smart way of doing it. No matter how you think about it, that is a really smart way of doing it. Maybe some other people will learn from that, but I doubt it, to be completely honest, because as much as we don't like the bots, right? As much as we're like, oh man, those bots are terrible. As much as is that becomes like a thing, because we with the Funko community, we've learned a lot about bots, right? And only because I think COVID did we learn anything about bots.
Yeah.
You kind of need them. At the end of the day, I know that a lot of people, and I know that's an unpopular opinion, People are like, "What? I want everybody to be able to have the Gloomy Bear Hot Topic exclusive Chase variant glow, and I also want it to go up to $4,000, and I also want it to be a limited run, and I also want it to," and you can't have all of those,
No,
right?
well, yeah. I mean, I think there's a limit to. You have to have the scalpers to a certain
Yes.
extent.
If you want it to be a collectible, you do.
If you want to be a collectible and you want it to go up in money, now it depends. Everybody values collectibles in different ways.
True.
But I think yeah, if you're the person that you want your stuff to go up in value, I mean that's what makes some of these cards go up in value. Now I have seen some of the Floodborn, some of the scalpers all of a sudden have recently just started dropping their prices
Yeah.
on some of these booster packs. I seen
I
one
think I
guy
s
today had 30 booster packs, and he dropped it down from $20 a pack to $10 a pack.
I think I said that not too long ago, didn't I? That the scalpers were starting to bring their prices down, which told you that Disney was finally starting to catch up with the demand. Now, but here's the crazy thing, and this is why I wouldn't learn how to play with the deck that's in your hand. Um, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, maybe not 3 years from now, but at some point in time, it's gonna become a lot like Magic the Gathering, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, man, I want that OG set, the very first set
Yeah.
that came out," and people will pay lots of money, even though they still make the card in a different set, they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Man, I have to have that. I have to have that Boba Fett. I have to have that Mickey Mouse. I have to have that Aurora." You know what I mean? There will
Yeah.
become a time that people will be like, "I have to have that one."
And the thing is with these starters decks. Now, of course, you get the two foils that are on the cover of the box.
I'm with you.
Which I'm sorry, but this Mickey is pretty fire. But if you look through a lot of these, yes, there's a lot of double ones that help build up a deck, but there's also a lot of individual ones. Like here's a single one of a Stitch one.
Stitch, yeah.
There was one
I'd
I think,
almost trade you for that one.
and I think there was one that I really thought was cool in my other deck. See if I could find it again. I had seen some Dr. Facilier, and well, this is actually a cool one too. You got a beast, says choose character gets -2 this turn. Um, and then but where is it? Oh, here it is. So I had two, and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, but I only had one of the first one. So you had a Dr. Facilier, both same character, but two different things. So this one did a lot more than this one does. This is more of a basic card. So it's kind of cool to be able to see variances. So you do get a couple one-offs in these starter decks too. Again, I don't know how to play the game, so I don't know
Look,
where
I'm
the
with you.
importance factor is in it. Now, am I going to use one of these decks and go to a tournament? No.
Sure. Maybe, who
I probably
knows?
have to figure out how to build a deck better, to be honest with you. But
Who knows? But let's hit that chat up real quick, man.
so we got a few people in there. We got, of course, early on, we got Mr. Dead Zone
Zone is
Citizen.
in the
What's
house
going on,
today.
buddy?
Man, I
We got a
appreciate you.
good friend, Mr. Quick Draw McGraw. He was giving us the time watch. Of course, we're always a little late.
Yeah.
Miss Christina Payne, what's going on? We got Mr. Zach Bonifer in the house wearing his Al Bundy shirt. And then we have also HCF Paranormal. Now, actually, I got to say something about HCF Paranormal. So this is the first time I've ever actually I've had my channel since 2019. He told me, he sent me a thing and said, hey, I sent you something
Yep.
to your thing, your PO box. And I got it. And this is the very first time, in fact, it's right here. This is the very first time. I think this was it. No, that was Chase's. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. Anyways, it was the first time I've ever had somebody send me a Christmas card to the channel. So I was like, that was incredibly thoughtful. So thank you very much. So in what, 4 or 5 years, you're the first person ever sent me a Christmas card. So thank you.
So I have one that I have to open from him. I'm super sorry that I haven't opened it already. I promise you that I'm gonna open it. It's sitting in my car right now. I had to go to the post office and pick it up. I never go to the post office, so when I went to the post office, they were like, "By the way, your bill was due 2 months ago." So, and I still didn't pay it, so I still got to go back and pay that. Don't y'all change my key? I told y'all not to change my key, so I got to go back and pay it at some point. I'm gonna get mine open. I'll do a short or something when I do that. I truly appreciate everything everyone sends me, so don't please don't think that I ever don't. I'm gonna pull this up, but then we got some things we're gonna go over. I want to go over some of the Funko Pops that are coming out soon. I got some other things that I want to talk about here and there along the way. A lot of today is going to be like almost solely Funko Pop. I know that you haven't seen that in a while, but I believe that there's enough out there at this moment that we will be able to just kind of chat about Funko Pops for a long time. I'm gonna try and not do the negative thing because it's kind of annoying sometimes. But I want to show you something before we go any further because you were talking about you had a second to order the second run of the Loriconda cards. Check this out. The third run has already been leaked.
Oh, did it get leaked already?
When I say leaked, it's been leaked. It hasn't been officially announced. The third run is going to be Into the Inkland. Now, this one is supposed to be a little bit different when it comes to like what you're going to have in it. This one is supposed to have Peter Pan in it. Captain Hook is supposed to be in this one. This is supposed to go into like the other side of Disney, where so far they've kind of stayed into the mainstream, like princesses and that kind of the
main
Lion King
big
and
big
the
big
main,
characters.
yeah, the big. This is supposed to move into the Peter Pans, a little bit into the villains. This one is supposed to move into a little bit different side of Disney. So I'm excited for this one so much more than you know. I would scroll down, but it's just kind of a bunch of word salads that don't mean a whole lot because there's not a lot of information about it. Only that you're going to see this one kind of hit the other stories in Disney that maybe
Yeah, 'cause
aren't so
they,
popular.
they don't even have it posted on the Lorcana website yet.
Yeah, this one is leaked, so there's nothing
Oh,
official.
no, actually, no, it is. It's on their featured news. It
Oh,
says
okay.
introducing into the link the Inklands.
Inkland. So it is
So
official now.
yeah, it is official.
So this post right here tells you that it's leaked and that it's not super official at this moment. So I'm glad that you can confirm that it's going to be real. The third run is going to be Into the Inklands, and this one's supposed to be a little different than what you're seeing from the rest of them. You're not
Oh,
going to see Aurora. You're not going to see those.
yeah, you are right. And it's confirming it even more. It says over one of the other thrilling aspects is introducing a beloved Disney properties, including DuckTales, Tailspin, Treasure Planet, and many more. So yes, you are correct. So they're putting IPs in this one that they haven't put in the other two.
Yes.
It is said it's set to hit hobby stores on February 23rd and mass retail stores on March 11th, which actually has kept up with their trend of every 3 months.
Yes, every 3 months. So I look, I know that not everybody here is excited about these things as much as we are, so I just wanted to bring it up. I just wanted to show it because I know Chris is as excited about these as I am.
Yeah,
I've got my first cards. I'm still waiting on my starter deck. I have some booster packs coming with my starter deck, so I'm really excited. I've already done a small video on this, but it didn't do that well. If you didn't see it, go check it out. I don't think this is a very heavily covered subject right now on
I think it
YouTube.
will be.
I think it will be though. I think eventually this will be as heavily covered as Pokemon. It will be as heavily covered as Magic. It will be heavily covered as all of the other cards. Just right now, people seem to be a little like not shell shock, but they tend to be a little bit more reserved, maybe because they're afraid they're going to lose views. I don't really care. So I'll put that kind of stuff out there. If you haven't checked out this game though, you should check it out when you get a minute. This is going to be a really exciting game. But I'm gonna do something today that I don't normally do. We're going to actually go to the Funko page and look at what's coming soon because I believe that there's some cool stuff on Funko's page that's coming soon. And then I'm going to go through some other sites to look at the coming soon because we know that Funko, for some reason, in their coming soon, they only put like what's coming on the Funko shop and comments. They
Yeah.
don't tell you what's coming out on Hot Topic. They don't tell you. I don't know why they do that because they sell all of them anyways. So I'm super confused on like why they only show you what's coming out at at the Funko site or what's going to be a common because they carry everything. So it seems super weird to me. I want to talk about this for a minute though. So let's talk about this one.
Oh, hold on. Now this seems like it's a proper Valentine's um pop, whereas the other ones are more of an Easter.
What do you think about this?
I mean, to me, it seems no different than what they've done in the past. To be honest with you, I mean, this is what we expected. The whole chocolate thing made no sense for them being considering that a Valentine's pop. But I mean, it's a very common mold. They just had
So let me ask you a
changed up
question.
things.
Let me ask you a question. I feel like this year is the first year, and Chad, I'm going to ask y'all a question too. I feel like this is the first year in a really long time that Funko has completely ignored Christmas. And I know they haven't
Yeah,
completely ignored it because I have some Christmas pops that I'm going to bring up. So I know that they haven't completely ignored it.
yeah, but a lot of the Christmas stuff they released has all been regurgitated
And
stuff.
it's been nothing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've had maybe 4 or 5 decent Christmas releases and then nothing. No promoting, no showing, no I feel like for some reason, and I don't know why, I feel like Funko completely skipped over Christmas. Does anyone else feel like that? I mean, do you feel like that?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely something in there. I mean, hell, we really, to be honest, if we're really tracking back, they really skipped over Halloween too.
Yeah, I mean, they last minute came out with the Halloween stuff, right? They last minute came out and said, "Here's your Halloween stuff." At like the 13th of November of October, right? They were like, "Oh, we had this sitting here, sorry," and then they like came in with the Halloween stuff.
When they
I
usually announce Funkoween in like
Yeah,
May.
in August, right? May, August. They announce it way in advance. I feel like they just jumped over
Yeah.
Christmas, and I look, I know that maybe that's just my feelings because I like Christmas a lot, and my house gets blowed up in Christmas, and that's why I asked you guys, like, what do you think? Do you think they skipped over it? John says he doesn't, so maybe they didn't, and I'm caught up in my own feelings. I don't like this Spider-Man though.
I think
I'm not
other
a
than I think for Christmas, other than the Muppets Christmas Carol that was fairly new, everything else that came out, all the rest of the Disney stuff, the Mickey stuff. I mean, I have a lot of it. I think it's all stuff that they've already put out in the past that they're just kind of regurgitating. To be honest with
I
you,
just
but
felt like this was a weird year for Disney for Funko when it come to this. And there's some things that I think Funko should have made me by now, right? I think that they should have done Die Hard by now for Christmas. I don't know why
I
we
did, I
haven't.
did, I did watch my favorite Christmas movie the other day, which is Die Hard.
I don't know why
Uh,
we haven't seen a Die Hard movie for Christmas by now. We should have seen one already, but we haven't.
well, I know I
Um,
have. They released the John McClane. I got it here somewhere. They did release John McClane, like not that. I mean, a couple years ago, but I could have released a new one just like they do. Yeah, actually, speaking of that, Vacation, Christmas Vacation, no new one.
no new ones for Christmas Vacation. No, like, new Eddies, no, like, new anything. We got the Scarlet Witch, though, that's doing a heart with her, like, magic powers instead of, like, holding a box
I'm
of
not
candy.
hating that one, especially since
I'm
she's in. That's more the classic Scarlet Witch outfit.
I'm not hating it, but it's still not my favorite. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I'm really not into the whole, like, Valentine's things, and then we have this guy here that's
What the hell?
this
Oh,
is
the
gonna be
Harley
from
Quinn.
the
Okay.
new Harley Quinn movie. There's a bunch of them out there right now. They got Poison
Wait,
Ivy
there's
from the
a new
new
Harley Quinn movie coming out.
there I think it already came out. I think that it's been out for a while. This is the it's I think so. Maybe I'm
I
wrong, but
don't know. I don't follow DC as much as I do Marvel.
I think that it's been out for a while. The chat will have to tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it's been out for a while.
You all right there?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. Who knows? Who knows if I'm okay or not? And this is the Joker from the Harley Quinn to me is just terrible. I don't even know like what this thing is. It's a terrible Joker though. Absolute terrible Joker. I don't understand it.
I don't know what
Almost
this
looks
is being portrayed, Pat.
almost looks like it has my hairstyle though.
I was gonna say it's got a similar Wayne Co hairstyle.
I wonder if they're trying to say something. Maybe they're trying to say something
You
with
might
that.
have to get that just for the hairdo.
I might have to get that one just for the hairdo.
Yeah,
I mean, for sure, I might have to get that one just for the hairdo.
agreed.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot out there. Zach says he doesn't feel like they skipped it. I felt like they skipped it. I feel like they just kind of jumped over the top of it. And then I found some stuff at Walmart today that I didn't even know they did. So they did like some 3 packs and just some weird stuff. All right. What is this? Do you know what these are? Does anybody know what these are?
This is a TV show on, I'd like to say, Paramount Plus. There's a whole series of different ones from I think 1883 to I can't remember all of them. My boss actually watches; he raves about them all the time.
What?
But there's a whole series of like they're all named differently, but they're all connected into each other. I don't know, but I mean, I heard it was decent. But yeah, I guess you'd have to have watched the movies to understand. Well, Michael, finally, Michael Jackson pop.
I've always wanted this one.
Yeah. Is this the?
I don't know.
This is just his own.
I
Because it's got his logo on top.
I don't know what it is. Then we have the Michael Jackson comment, which is the 1993
A Super
Super Bowl.
Bowl one. That's a good
It's
one.
it's a pretty hot pop, but I'm disappointed in it. I'm really disappointed in it because it's just not it's not a limited, it's not an exclusive. They just kind of made it a comment and threw it out there. I guess knowing that it's gonna sell regardless if it's a limited or a common, but I feel like sometimes they should like throw us a little bit of a bone when they're making these and they should be like, "Hey, this one's going to be a limited edition. This one's going to be an exclusive to your favorite Nowhereville or
Yeah.
something." Just something, but they just didn't. Maybe they could have made it exclusive to the NFL. That would have been cool. I don't think I've seen an NFL exclusive. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, since it is Super Bowl one, that'd be
Right,
kind of
that
cool.
that would have been pretty cool. We have some new Demon Slayer stuff. We have this guy. I swear to God, we've seen this once already, but maybe
I
we
don't remember
didn't.
seeing that Viewmaster.
He said that 1883 is a spinoff of Yellowstone. I've never seen
Yes,
Yellowstone.
that's what. Again, it's been there's a whole bunch of different spin-offs of the same saga or whatever.
Never seen that one. So I thought we seen this one once before. Maybe we didn't, but I could have absolutely swore that we did, and I don't understand why we're seeing it again. But maybe we didn't see it before. Maybe I'm just like having one of those like old moments.
Wait a minute,
This one though.
you got to get that one.
This one though. This guy right here. I think this one is going to be hot, but this is another one that disappointed me, and I did a video on this one as well. It disappointed me because it's not an exclusive anywhere. Let me tell you what else disappoints me about these. They are selling these. How much would we say they're selling these for? I think what 25 is what that
That's
says right there.
25. But yeah,
25. They're selling these for $25, and they've yet to fix that cardboard insert on the
yeah.
back of it. They've yet to fix it. It's almost as if they don't care that it warps. I mean, they've yet to fix it, even though they.
It fits within their money bracket.
Yeah, so I don't understand why they haven't like made a plastic one. Why they I don't understand why they're continuing down the path that they are with these and not fixing the problems that they're having. I mean, the sleeves that they put these in, these things warp so bad because there's just nothing to hold it together. There's
Yeah,
no plastic window to hold it together, so they just warp to no end. And I'm super disappointed that they're not fixing them.
yeah. I've got. I think I have a few on the wall over here. I've also got another Loki and the Stan Lee one up here, and they've all sort of done. I think I can see the Loki from here a little bit on the back, but it does help when you take the plastic off. I think.
Yeah, DC, I don't believe it sold out. I'm just gonna like say put that out there. And the reason I don't believe that it sold out is because it took it forever to sell out. And then when it did sell out, I mean it might have quietly sold out, but we all know that they're gonna have another garage sale coming up here soon. When they do their Funko garage sale, they're gonna release a bazillion more of them, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they had all of these things just sitting there." I hate to say that, and I know it sounds sinister, but we know that it's true. I mean,
Mhm.
just based on how Funko has done things.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that one.
There is there is an Elvis Christmas
Is there?
album out there. That's why yeah, that's exactly why they put "sold out" in quotes. That is 100% why they did it. It seems so crazy that I said that out loud, but we know that that's what's gonna happen, and I hate to sound so sinister about it, but it's just true. I mean, it's just true. We have all this Easter stuff that we've already talked about, and then they have this one that I just seen it at Walmart. So I don't know why it's sitting here on coming soon because I physically just looked at this one, and the only reason I looked at it is because my daughter says I can't believe that this TikTok person is now on in this Funko world, and I said, "What do you mean?"
Who
So
is
then
this?
I don't know. My daughter knows though. She can tell you who it is. So it's some she has a TikTok account of some sorts, and I don't know what she does other than that. But this one is currently at a Walmart that's close to me. Whether it hit there early or what happened, I don't know. But it is currently at a Walmart. Um, I don't know who this is though, or who it is,
This
or
is
what it is.
A Spanish singer and songwriter.
Yeah, I have zero clue.
Yeah, but
Zero clue. Yeah, zero clue. Um, zero clue. The album. This is the one time though that they didn't have. She's not the same as the pose on the
no,
poster.
the pose in the outfit's basically naked, and then
Mm,
they put her in the dress.
why did they do that? Disc tracker, how you doing tonight, brother? It's good to see you in the house.
With
Good
some
to see you in the house
shadiness,
as
there's some
always.
shadiness going on there.
Yeah, they should have just made it the same. They should have did it like the
Or
Blink
did a
182.
different cover.
Just did the Blink 182 and then
Yeah.
just blank it out. It's what they should have did. I'm slightly disappointed that that's not what we're looking at this moment. Frank the Funko Dad, what is going on? I is
That's a
Frank
new one.
Frank a new one? Frank, that sounds
That's a
like a
new
new
one.
one. Are you a new one?
That is, I haven't seen that name before, but that's a pretty cool name. I'll give him that.
Hey, Frank said he was thinking Blink 182. Look, anytime I think about these things, right? If people are like, well, Funko didn't do it because it's too erotic, or no, the Blink 182, these guys are completely naked. I have them sitting on the top of my shelf, one of my favorite like pop 3 packs I've ever seen. And it was a great job on Funko's part, right? I mean, Funko hit all the right things there. They didn't give you any nudity. They just put the little blank squares on there.
Yeah.
It was an iconic moment with Blink 182. I don't know why they just didn't do the same thing with her, right? They should have just did the same thing. It would have went across a lot better. There would have been a lot of people that would have wanted it just because they did it that way.
Yeah.
Eddie from Christmas Vacation, they have him with a cigar in his mouth. I mean, so anytime people are like, well, they didn't want to get that because it's not PC. Well, they do a lot of things that aren't like technically PC, and that's kind of one of the things that made them super cool all this time. Now, I think once I get past that, we start getting into like this weird Valentine's thing again, and I didn't want to get into the weird Valentine's thing again because there's still a whole lot of like new stuff coming that you're going to be seeing soon. So, but before we get into that, I kind of want to like briefly go over the NFTs again. So you know that they have the NFTs coming out here soon, where you're
Mhm.
going to have the Disney is. I don't know why Disney like decided that they were going to let them break out with the NFTs, but they did. But I want to bring this up because there's so much wrong out there that's kind of being promoted with this, and a lot of this kind of tells you, you know, they're kind of going over, and this is really just hype building. You know, a lot of times when we say that you can't trust all influencers, you can't really trust like blogging as well, right? Because blogging is also a form of influencing. And so in this blog, they kind of go over the exciting new world of the Funko NFTs. Kenneth Bird, it's good to see you in the house, brother. They go over the exciting new world of Funko and NFTs, and they kind of go over this like whole like realm of things. But a lot of the things they're talking about is very, very, very misleading.
Yeah.
I mean, like, very misleading. So in this article, they go so far as to talk about these NFTs are on the same blockchain as the Bitcoin. That's not true. Look, it might be on a blockchain, and it might somehow be on a blockchain that's similar to Bitcoin, and none of us really even know what a blockchain means, even though it's just a bunch of numbers that computers have to figure out. None of us really understand it because it was designed so that we didn't totally understand it, so that you could fool the masses. I mean, I could explain cryptocurrency in a story that you would laugh about. Um, so they kind of started off with that to tell you like you're getting this extraordinary value out of this piece that can't be replicated because it's on this amazing Bitcoin blockchain. Well, that's whatever. However you want to look at that. But then they go on to tell you that some of the Funko Pops have sold as high as $100,000. What are
Mm,
some?
I call false on that one.
Somebody give me the sum because there's only one. Somebody give me the sum because that's what I want to hear from it. I dare y'all to tell me two pops that have sold for $100,000 because you can't. You
No,
you can only give me an example of one.
I
So
think
you can't
the
say
Wonka one's been the only closest one. I think
it's
to
over
hold that ticket.
$100,000, but listen to me. I don't think that was a real sale. I I don't think that was a real sale. I think that was a for camera sale.
Could be.
I don't think that that was a real sale. I don't think that people walk around with $100,000 in cash, and if they do, they're definitely probably not collecting Funko Pops.
Yeah, it's that's the only one we know of on record. Even the most the rarest. I think it was the Clockwork Orange Freddy from back in the day, which I think still only goes for maybe 30 or 40 grand. Um, yeah, there's nothing sells for 100,000.
$100,000 is what they said that some Funko Pops have sold as high as $100,000. That's an extremely misleading statement. And
I
that
would
is an extremely misleading statement. Some being one. One Funko Pop in the history of existence sold for $100,000, and I don't even believe that it was a real sale. I won't believe that it's a real sale till somebody shows me it went from one person's account to the other person's account.
Then I don't even think these ones would. I mean, because
Yeah.
again, as Disney fans, I don't see a ton of Disney fans going after NFT for one. Two, your lineup you did of these pops, other than maybe Conductor Mickey, um, is weak. I mean, you went after older ones from older cartoons that you really didn't. Maybe this was part of Disney's. Hey, let's throw them a bone. Let's throw something out there and see what happens. See what kind of money can be made before. I mean, because if you really want to come out the gate swinging, you do like if you're going to do a classic Fab Five type thing, you do like a Sorcerer Mickey, you do a Steamboat Willie, you do some of the classics, most classic of Disney, characters out there. You do a instruction guide Goofy. The list can go on, but you did it. The best you got is Conductor Mickey, which is a classic character, but it's not one of the top class. It's probably maybe in the top 10.
Look, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I don't think they came out with the strongest like NFTs from Disney that they could, but we also know that there's another company out there that has like Disney
Yeah,
NFTs and has that like license. So maybe they were very restricted as to what they could
it is
do, and
possible.
maybe they were very restricted as to what they could do based on the other people's like interests. I mean, so maybe there was some kind of restriction there that we're unaware of.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Zach says this drop was different because it was Disney exclusive drop, and you couldn't trade or use wax to purchase on the secondary market. Maybe that's a Disney rule. In order for Disney, and mind you, we said a long time when they started these things that I would be surprised if Disney, and I am this. I'm still kind of surprised Disney jumped in this with them. but I'm pretty sure that Disney was going to set a bunch of their own rules, and it definitely has. From there, it definitely seemed to be a rule. And what is with that series one?
So it looks like you can still buy them at this current moment. They're still for sale, so you can still get the standard packs. You can still get the premium packs. It looks like they went up though on the standard packs are 12.49. They were 9.99. They went up on the premium packs from $29 to $36.
I
And
guarantee
then
that's going to make the difference for what Disney's asking for.
yeah, that has to be the difference in what Disney is asking for. The cards right now, though, that they show selling on the secondary market aren't selling for an extreme amount of money. This Pluto, they're asking for $5 for. I mean, so I guess you could maybe say that that one is a little expensive. The Pete right now is at
That Mickey
$4.
Mouse is your most expensive at 6.30.
$6. Your Goofy is at 13 cent. Um, I think I've said this from a long time ago, and a lot of people have said this. It's almost cheaper to go on the secondary market and just buy
But
these cards, yeah, than it is to try and like buy the packs. You go on there and buy the cards, and they you get out cheaper than if
I
you
mean,
try to buy all of the packs.
look at that. You've got a rare mini selling for 7 cents.
7 cents.
A rare. Come on.
I mean, what are you gonna do with it? This has always been my thing with the NFTs. So what do you do with it?
Nothing. You stare at it on a computer screen.
And look, Andrew says the Disney NFT bust. Basically, I mean, that's what it is. I don't see how it's fair that you can't trade once you buy. Yeah, considered yours. I guess, but Disney makes up their own rules. So maybe Disney just decided that was the way that they wanted it to go.
Well, this is also, Funko. I mean, again, Disney's IPs are not cheap.
Oh, I
I
got you.
guarantee Disney's IPs are not cheap, and this is probably a first. Hey, we're gonna, and I guarantee that's why you haven't seen a Star Wars, you haven't seen a Marvel. So I guarantee they're asking even more. And that price difference is because Funko still wants to get their price point per item. So and of course, I'm sure Disney asked for a lot more than any of these other companies that they've had in the past did. So there's your price point difference. The trading thing, I mean, to me that seems common through that, but I mean that as being a Disney fan and knowing what they do with product and try to limit product, yeah, that sounds like a Disney rule 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna stick with Andrew and say that this one was a bust, but maybe not. Maybe they'll surprise us somewhere down the road. I doubt it very seriously that they'll surprise us, but maybe there's always a chance that somehow they surprise us. But I doubt very seriously that that will be the case ever. I
Typically,
I I doubt very seriously ever that they will surprise us. But let's move over to Johnny Funko's page real quick because Johnny Funko has some stuff up right now that I'm going to talk about for a minute. I say Johnny Funko. Y'all should all know now that I mean Diss Tracker. But we also know that Johnny Funko can't be Diss Tracker because I think we've all come to the conclusion that Diss Tracker has to be somebody that works for Funko.
at some point
has
he gets a lot of product pretty easily.
has to be somebody that works for Funko. So the new two pack. So out of all of the things that I've seen coming out with Harley Quinn, this is the only thing that I think might be hot. But I don't know because I don't know anything about the new movie. I don't know anything at all about it. All I know is that you have two iconic characters together. You're gonna have
Was that
Poison
Poison
Ivy and
Ivy?
Harley Quinn. Yeah, you're gonna have Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. It's an Entertainment Earth exclusive. Go check out Entertainment Earth. There's a link in the description. Maybe not this description. Maybe not any of my descriptions because I've just been getting lazy lately. But there's one somewhere. Go check them out. It's pretty awesome. This one is pretty cool though. Pretty cool pop. So let me scroll back up real quick.
I think this one's based off of the TV series.
So they have some more like Pop Asia stuff that they're coming out with. It's from the TV. Oh, I didn't know that. It's from the TV show. There's a lot of Pop Asia stuff that's coming out here lately. It's kind of insane to me. I think I voiced my opinion
I
on
like
this
Pop
last week.
Asia stuff.
Well, so let's talk about this again though. I think firmly that they're catering more to the Asian market right now than they are ours. And I
Well,
know
that
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 sounds crazy.
top pink one, I mean that's an epitome of Asian. You know, I've known a lot of people with different cultures, and they always have the damn cat in their cars just sitting there waving. So that's kind of a common one on there. But I mean, I don't know. I've always kind of been a fan of Pop Asia stuff.
I am a huge fan of the Pop Asia stuff, you know that, but I think that they've turned who they're catering to, and I think that we're gonna see a lot more really cool Pop Asia stuff than we're gonna see American stuff, and it's kind of to me, it's kind of been obvious that we've been seeing so much of it here lately that there's clearly like some kind of pivoting moment happening. I think we're gonna see a lot. Look, they have more populace than we do. They have all kinds of things that we don't have, but I want to show. Hold on. I think I can show this one better from actual Funko's page. Let me skip over to Funko's page real quick. I think we can show that one better from Funko's page than we can his right now. We'll come back to it though. I promise you. I promise you we'll come back to Johnny Funko's page here in just a second. Let me see. Let me see. I think I can. Let's see. Let's see. I know it was here somewhere. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I can't. No. No, maybe I can't. All right. So we're going to go back to his page real quick. So have you seen the new Kellogg stuff that they're coming out with?
Mm-mm.
Are you a big are you a big fan when it comes to
Pop icons.
the pop icons?
I don't collect them as much as I probably want them sometimes, but I mean I'm a fan of them. I mean, I kind of like the idea of these being more. These are a lot more of the classic characters. For these are like early versions of them too.
They're absolutely insane. So we got Snap, Crackle, and Pops. I think I almost wonder if Andrew's still here because Andrew will be my fact checker on this.
Oh, he's a big pop
I
icon.
think they've made these before. I think we've seen the Snap, Crackle, and Pops before. I think we have. I this is going to be, I believe, a second run of them. These things are really cool, and there's a lot more of them here than what you can see now. And I can't remember where I found them earlier, but I found them earlier, and there's quite a few more of those than what you're seeing at this moment.
We said
Uh,
yes, they have come out with them before.
maybe I found them. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe I found all of them that they come out with. So they've come out with quite a few of them, and I thought they had come out with the Snap Crackle and Pops before. No, I just have images of Snap Crackle and Pops. So they have those, and there's quite a few of them that they're going to be coming out with here soon. But I think out of all of those, that 3 pack of the Snap Crackle and Pops, if you're going to get an ad icon that's going to go up probably in the future, that's probably
But
the
I
one
think
to
I
go
like
for.
this better because I think Lou was right. The regular one was a regular 3 pack, not like this where it just had snap, crackle, and pop just standing there. This being around the bowl of Rice Krispies, I think is so much better.
I think it's gonna be pretty hot. I think this is going to be a really hot one that you'll see coming out in the future. Now, I don't know about the other characters. I don't know what kind of like following they have, but we all know that the whole like Snap, Crackle, and Pops. We all remember that from a kid. We all remember these guys from a kid. The other ones I think might be a touch older than our generation,
Well,
but I don't
corn,
I don't
corn
necessarily know that for sure.
cornflakes was an early one, and that's cornflakes. I think stopped doing um, the mascot a long time. I think I remember that from the '90s. To be 1,000% honest with you, and that was their way to try to cater kids towards cornflakes. Because of course, cornflakes is more deemed to be like an adult type of cereal. Um, so I don't think it really went too far, but Cocoa Pops, that one was different. That, of course, they don't make Cocoa Pops anymore. I think it was Kellogg's. I think somebody else does Cocoa Puffs, a different brand. I think that's Post. Um, but I think Cocoa Pops, I was trying to look it up. Um, it actually was a cereal. It wasn't even in the US. The Cocoa Pops came out in the UK, Ireland, and Australia. And it was a cereal that, oh no, it was introduced in the United States in 1958. And in the 2003, the cereal was renamed Cocoa Rice Krispies. The Kellogg Endeavor reunited, and then in 2006, the name changed back to Cocoa Krispies. So there's a little history of Cocoa Pops, but same idea. So
I don't know. I don't know, but keep your eyes out on this, especially if you're in the ad icons. No, I think ad icons kind of haven't been the same since 21, maybe 20, maybe 2020 is when they were hitting off really hard. They really just haven't been the same since then. But if you're looking for some ad icons that are going to be pretty cool, those are probably something that you're going to want to keep your eye out on. I can't believe that I'm not finding what I want to find. There's a lot of cool stuff on his page, but not necessarily what I am looking for. We all know that we have a whole new run of these guys that are coming out,
I
right?
still like those Robin Hood ones. I think those are good ones.
Yeah, they're okay, I guess. I don't know that I'm like running out to the stores to find them, but that kind of looks like everything Johnny Funko
But
has on his
well,
page.
I agree with the Luau said cool, but the ad icons never came back. I agree, and I don't think they really ever came back. At one point, ad icons were being valued rather high to a certain extent, and then I think this just kind of dropped down when they started producing way too many of them. And I think once for me, to be honest with you, and I know you love that stupid pop, but and you can argue with me one way or the other on this, but I think they killed the ad icons when they brought out that ugly ass Tony the Tiger, that old school ugly ass Tony the
Oh
Tiger.
man,
That's what killed it.
Fabian, that killed. You're
That
killing me.
killed the ad icons. I
What do you
guarantee that to me,
mean?
that's exactly what killed the ad icons.
Say it for me. You're how does it go? They're
They were
great.
great, but
They're
again,
great.
you had some earlier. There were some
What?
earlier Tony the Tigers that came out that were great. They're
They're
really really
great.
good, but they had that really ugly Dorbs looking, retarded, stupid. I don't know how many more adjectives I can just I don't know whatever. It was horrible and it never should have been made, and it was the worst ad icon ever. And yeah, I think that's killed the ad icons to me.
I'm about to block Fabian. Fabian's about to get blocked. I'm about to report him as hate
He knows
speech.
he knows what I'm talking about. They were
I'm,
horrible.
I'm about to hit him for hate speech here in a second. Let me see. It says put user in timeout. I'm not gonna do it. I'm thinking about it though, Fabian. Just put you in timeout real quick for that one.
And I would agree with Luau. The Nuggets did change it all a lot. I think what's funny was I remember I think we did a show back in the day. You can actually quote us probably on it when they were bringing out the Ronald McDonald. We talked about, oh man, they should bring out the Nuggets, and then I think they just overdid it. They overdid it on the Nuggets.
Look at that. See the Luke I'm in for the
But that
save, right?
wasn't the retro Tony. That was a cool looking Tony the Tiger.
I have all of them.
The retro one was horrible.
I have all of them. They're great.
They're horrible. Horrible. I agree. Again, Frank understands. Flock Tony was cool. That one was cool. That retro one just never should have happened.
Should just start blocking everybody real quick. Just you're
It
banned,
was
and you're
horrible.
banned,
Come on, man.
and you're
It was,
banned.
it was bad.
It probably was. It like I don't know that was the best Tony the Tiger that they ever made, but I liked it. But just because it was retro, just because it's a retro Tony the Tiger, it's whatever.
I'm into retro stuff too. I think they're cool, but that one was just. I think there's some things better left. I mean, they should leave that retro Tony Tiger on the same horrible shelf as the hydro dipped pops.
I can
That's a level of the horrible of that.
I can feel that. I can feel that. Maybe they should have left it on the shelf with the rest of the hydro dip. What do you think about this Christmas stuff? Now I feel like I didn't we see this Christmas
Yeah,
stuff
they've already
last
done the
year?
Rudolph the red nose
I
reindeer
mean,
pop
didn't
before.
we see this like exact same lineup last year?
Yeah, I've seen
I
these have already been out before.
right, the exact same lineup.
Well, and last year they didn't do it in pops. They released them all in sodas, if I remember correctly.
Chat, help us out, chat. Was this were these released in sodas or were these released in the pops? Because I almost I have this like feeling that these are just regurgitated pops that they're the same head molds or they're same. I see them, and don't get me wrong, I want them. Even we know that this guy's been on the Funko shop forever, though. You can go currently buy this one now. It's been there forever.
But
Um,
if we're thinking classic, hold on, let's back this up. If we're gonna get a licensing for a classic Christmas
yeah,
item, and maybe they've already brought it out. Please let me know if they have it. And see, I was right. Frank did said they did the sodas last year. Um, why have we not seen a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Who would want a
Uh,
Charlie Brown Christmas?
who wouldn't? You
What are
get
you on?
Snoopy on his thing, flighting the Baron, and then you get Charlie Brown with his horrible tree.
Oh,
I
wah,
mean, that's
wah,
a
wah,
classic movie
wah,
moment.
wah, wah, wah,
Yes.
wah, 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 wah,
Why have we not seen a
wah,
Charlie
wah.
Brown Christmas set? I'm sorry, but y'all have screwed up somewhere. And at least right now, you're gonna have to pay Apple for that licensing because Apple owns the licensing for Charlie Brown.
Wah, 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 wah. I hate to say it. I would take a Snoopy. I would take Snoopy faster than you could say don't do it. If they
Could you?
made the
I
Snoopy,
mean, come on,
I would take the
Snoopy in
Snoopy.
his doghouse red Baron look. I mean, come on, that would just be awesome.
I'd take it. I'd take it for sure.
And then you do another Snoopy with his house decorated.
Has anybody ordered this one though?
The flocked one.
How many do you? How many of these do you think they sold?
Not much.
What do you mean not
I
much?
didn't even know about this that they were releasing these.
Well, I think that you can already go to Amazon and order it. So how many of these you think they sold? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4?
Well, Amazon doesn't release how many are available, but they do release how many have sold in the past week.
Oh, you know what you could do with this one? You could do a hunt video with it. I should do a hunt video with this one. It's gonna be a
Possible.
real hunt video though. Bambi's going down. It's gonna be real hunting. We're gonna go hunting for Bambi for real. It's cool. I don't know. This was the only like Christmas stuff that I seen that they had on here, so I had to just grab it and look at it so that we could all look at it together. Funko has like a 40% off most of their stuff right now. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this one. Somebody mentioned this one earlier though about the whole like Elvis Christmas album is coming out. There is an Elvis Christmas album. This is the Elvis Christmas album that is coming out. I think it was Dead Zone that was talking about it. I have a bunch of Elvis pops, so I'm
My,
not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna hate on the album. I love everything Elvis.
mind you, that flocked one is sold out.
Is it sold out for real?
You can't. They said 2,000 plus bought in the past month. You can buy them from secondary retailers, but Amazon apparently doesn't have any.
No, they don't. What they have like 12 of them in stock?
Possible, but they're not unless they're going to wait to get some more. I don't know, but they do not have any.
Yeah, but how many did they have in stock? Must have been 12.
It does not say. It just says how many they've sold in the past week. Is
How
out.
many
That's all.
how many did they sell?
It said 2,000 plus,
That's all they had.
and
All,
that's
all they
probably
had was they had 2001. That's all they had. It's 2001 of them. They found 2001 people that would buy them. These are probably the same people that have like the whole Christmas scenes at their
oh
house.
yeah.
So they had to like add the Rudolph to their Christmas scene. It's probably the only one
What
people bought
what's
out of the
funny about that is the same thing where you can't buy them except for from secondary or for the Hermie and the Charlie in a box are the same thing. However, that one says Hermie says 300 plus bought this past month, and the Charlie in a box is 200 plus bought this past month. That's it. But all the other ones, like the regular Rudolph, is you can buy it right now for $16. The Santa Claus looks like it's for sale for $12.99. The Sam the Snowman is available for $12.99, and Bumble's actually on sale for $11.99.
Well, I mean, at least they have him on sale for $11.99.
Yeah, it's weird.
So DC Pop says separate news, Funko isn't the only plastic company hurting right now. The Hasbro has released 1,100 workers, 20% of the
Not
um
surprised.
yeah, I'm really not surprised. I don't know that I think Funko was just one of the first companies that had to come out and do it. Funko was I think Funko was also running very I want to say the opposite of lean, but I don't really know how to say the opposite of lean. So Funko wasn't running very effectively or very efficiently. And I think it just kind of caught up with them first because they were running so inefficient. That's just my belief. Look, I could be wrong. I don't work for Funko, so I'm not in the meetings that are going on. And if I was, I'd probably be losing brain cells on a daily basis. I would imagine that
I'd be pulling my hair out.
yeah, I'd imagine a lot of their meetings are like the death of brain cells while you're sitting there. And that's the look, I just say that in 100% love for Funko, but I they don't tend to make very good decisions. So I think that they were just the first ones that it showed that they were running so inefficiently. Places like Hasbro, though, I would say the economy is catching up with them. Um, I'll tell you this strange thing. So this strange anomaly happened with Black Friday, and I don't know how many of y'all caught it, but for some reason I tend to catch things, and then I have to ask my wife if I'm crazy, and she's like, yeah, maybe a little, but you tend to be a little bit more observant of things than others. So when they did Black Friday, your original articles that were coming out about Black Friday were telling you how bad Black Friday did, right?
Yeah.
That was the original articles. The original articles were this Black Friday was a flop and it's going to have a trickle effect. It's showing that the economy is in the worst place it's ever been. And then the very next day, it's like somebody pressed a button and said, "Nope, you can't say that. What you have to say is this was the best Black Friday ever."
Of
And
course.
that's what you have to say. So the first day of Black Friday, they said, "Oh, this was a flop." The second day, they said, "This was the biggest Black Friday money making in history." But what they forgot to tell you was because of inflation is so high
Yeah.
that people bought less but paid more, right? And that's kind of where they pulled this rabbit, this magic trick on you, and people didn't really catch it. I caught it very quickly because I was like, that's really funny. So more money was spent but less items were bought. That's a problem.
Yeah, but you also got to look at it as and I noticed it. I was actually something I was going to bring up, but I noticed there's been twice this season that my wife and I have just gone out Christmas shopping for the kids, and we specifically go now. It's funny because in the past, you'll typically see other families and adults that are just like us out Christmas shopping and things like that. And then when you go into stores, whether it's you just box stores like Target or Walmart, or you go to the mall, there's an essence feel of people going out Christmas shopping. You can almost feel it. This year's different. This year is different. I mean, we've gone out Christmas shopping twice, and really, it seems like, to be honest with you, it seems like we're the only two parents in there shopping for Christmas presents.
Yes.
Um, and it's very, I mean, people are still putting up decorations in my neighborhood and stuff like that, but the essence in the stores feel so much different than they ever did. And especially, like I said, I put that as a downgrade to a Black Friday. I put that as a downgrade. Of course, I think a lot of it is inflation because if you look at the people that when I'm out there buying Christmas presents, people are just buying their normal everyday stuff because that's what they need. Inflation is taking a toll on things, and I think it's finally catching up even with Christmas. I think that, to be honest with you, this month long deal here, deal there, I think that needs to go away, and I think that at some point the great Black Fridays that we once knew need to come back. That single night, situation, I think that needs to come back, and I think get from there. But yeah, I think the overall economy has hit us this year, and with inflation and everything. But yeah, it really feels different out there in the stores right now.
Right. And so that goes back to what I was saying though. And my wife says that she hasn't bought anything in a brick and mortar this year. Um if you sold less items but people spent more money, then I need everybody to understand something. That's not a good thing, right? And this is why that's not a good thing. If I work for Hasbro, because you see that they just made these layoffs, and they report a record sales, but they only sold a quarter of what they normally sell, then that suddenly means that I don't need a large portion of my staff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, that
Yeah.
suddenly means that a large portion of the people that I am employing are no longer needed because I'm not selling enough items to keep them here. And so that was what people I think missed in what they were saying. And I just wanted to point that out to everybody, that there's, just because you made more money doesn't mean that we're in a better place. It just means that people had to spend more money for less. And
Yeah.
that's bad. That's not good. No matter how you think about that, that is bad. And they tried to trout it as being a good thing, and it wasn't. But I'm not going to get into it, because some people are going to get their feelings hurt, and they're going to get caught up in them. The new Avatar pops, though, I'm excited to see these. Let me tell you why I'm excited to see these. I hope that zero of them are in a regular size pop. I hope that every one of them is in a deluxe size pop. Every one of them is a touch longer than a pop, touch bigger than a pop, because avatars are bigger than
They're
people.
longer and mightier. Yeah, they're longer. They're bigger. They're like, what? I think it was like 3 or 4 times bigger than a human.
Yes, so I'm hoping that Funko stays true to their scale of size, and every one of these are in a deluxe. Now you can see on the Hot Stuff for Geeks, anytime I want to see what new stuff is coming out, and I just, you can't find it on any Funko site. Hot Stuff for Geeks always has like the newest releases of Funko Pops, no matter where they are. So if they're at Hot Topic, Best Buy, f- For You page on TikTok. It's that they have it on there, which is always a super easy, convenient way to find these guys. I don't know them, so please don't think that I'm trying to like rep for them. I don't know them. They don't know me. They probably don't like me coming on their page, because that tends to be the common theme. I like the I you know what? I take that back. Now that I can see these guys a little bigger, I like them. I would buy them. I would buy these. I would 100% buy the chicken. Why would I buy the chicken? I'm going really hunting. I'm going to put these guys in the woods. I'm going to have someone put them in the woods for me, and then I'm going to go hunting for them. And I'm going to make a whole Blair Witch video on how I go hunting for these guys. That's a great idea. If you don't do that, there's something wrong with you. I'm going to write that down right now. Hunt for the animals. Hunt for the animal, and no one's going to watch it, and that's okay, because I make videos for me and no one else.
There's nothing wrong with that.
um, the Nightmare Before Christmas is going to be the Valentine's.
They released way too many Valentine pops
I
this
don't
year.
know what's going on with Valentine's this
Who
year.
who who at Funko executive Funko creative team is like got a weird, hey, we
Obsession.
screwed up last year and didn't put out a lot of holiday stuff. We're gonna just start 2024 with a bang with holiday. We're gonna do. We got Valentine's. We got Easter. Where's I think you skipped St. Patrick's Day in there, buddy. But we're gonna hit these up, and then where do we go next? Then we're gonna have the 4th of July pops, and then
That's a
we're gonna
great
release
idea.
and then we're gonna release the Memorial Day pops, and then to next holiday, and then we're gonna release the Labor Day pops after that.
That's a great
Um,
idea, Funko. If you're listening, we need some 4th of July stuff. Maybe like some Uncle Sam. Maybe like some Statue of Liberty. Maybe we could like, oh, there's all kinds of things that we 100% need some 4th of July pops out there. We have the Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, right? No, that's not
no,
either.
that's Ultimate
That's
Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior. What? Why didn't they have him with Macho Man Randy
Well,
Savage?
because I think that's based off of the classic
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan battle.
What's your best
WrestleMania.
Macho Man Randy Savage? Let me hear it.
I don't know. I can't do. I was more of a Warrior fan
J-
myself.
What's your what's your, what's your best Macho Man Randy
Uh,
Savage?
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, you got to get what's wrong with you? Got to be like snap it to a Slim Jim. Yeah,
No, I'm good.
what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? So they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the last Ronin. Did I say that
That's
right?
running. Yeah,
Ronin, Last Ronin. So they got the Last Ronin. I'm just assuming that that's a comic. Looks like they're coming out with some new Power Ranger stuff,
they're actually
Walmart
supposed
exclusive.
to be working on a movie off the last Ronin for the Ninja Turtles. So that
We
should be,
have
but it is based off a comic book.
Poison Ivy that's glow that's going to be a GameStop exclusive. And the scary part to that is it's probably going to be in a mystery box if it's a GameStop exclusive anymore. We know that they like for some reason have just like doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on like putting stuff in mystery boxes that no one's buying. I don't really know who the Captain Cold is. That's more like Chris's like world. to talk about
This
Captain
DC,
Cold.
I care very little about DC.
The Ivy set is huge, so you're gonna see a monstrous like Poison Ivy set coming out. I'm into the 2-pack. It's a Entertainment Earth exclusive. We all know that you'll be able to get it. Here's the funny thing. Check me out. So you could go to Entertainment Earth right now and you could pre-order this one, or you could wait until Funko releases it, and then you would be able to buy it from Funko, have it delivered to your house before Entertainment Earth actually took the money out of your account to pay for the ones that they got and then ship them to you.
Mhm.
That's not even me lying. That's 100% God's to honest facts. I have pre-ordered things from Entertainment Earth, and then when it dropped on Funko's site, I bought it from Funko and then canceled my pre-order and received it before it ever released at Entertainment
Didn't
Earth.
that happen for something? I think was it the Venom comic cover?
So many that's
I
happened for me.
you had it pre-ordered forever, and I think I went somewhere and I was able to pick it up.
Well, I think you're the one that gave me the trick on it. Is it was like, hold on, it's released where? And I just went and bought it and then canceled my other pre-order.
I mean, you can
It's
always pre-order it so you have your safety of knowing that you have the pre-order for when it eventually ever comes in. Because some of these, like I remember when I got
thank you,
my
Frank.
Stan Lee one, I forgot I pre-ordered the damn thing, and oh, that's a good point. I forgot I pre-ordered the damn thing. Eventually came in, but but yeah, there's a lot of them that I've pre-ordered at safety, and then also I found it somewhere where I was going to get it quicker, faster, stuff like that. So I mean, you can always go in and cancel your pre-order pretty easily.
The funny thing about that is I've ended up with duplicates because I forgot to cancel my free.
That happens too.
Like, oh, I got 2 of them now. One of them goes in the giveaway pile.
I
The
don't know who
Born
that
Pink
is.
World Tour, whatever
I
that
don't
is.
know who
I
Black
was
Pink
I
is.
was kind of hoping that Chase was here today because this whole like Megadeth is going to be
Ooh.
right
Oh,
up
this
his
is
alley,
right up his alley.
right up his alley when it comes to like the world of albums. But there's a crazy thing going on with the number of this one. This one says that it's number 61. There's no way that they're all the way up in 61 right now. I mean, there's zero way that that one's all the way up into the 61 at this moment. That one's way up there if that's what that says. There's no way. It's number 61. That's a really awesome. Like, look, that's honestly an album that I might try and add to my collection because I haven't added any albums in a really long time. But that's honestly one of them that I might
Yeah, that's
because
a good
it's
one.
super cool. At some
But
point they changed. Yeah,
well, no, wasn't that the original P Cells album cover?
I don't know. I don't know if that was the original cover or not. I know that it's super cool though. That's a super cool album. So at some point I might add that one to my collection if I come across it somehow. They're coming out with some new people pops, I guess is the way to put this one. I don't know who Uncle Jam is. I wish somebody would like tell me who Uncle Jam.
Oh, that's George Clinton.
What? Who's George Clinton?
You don't know George Clinton, the master of funk?
Who is that?
George. Okay, well, the first time I heard George Clinton, this is going to date me back.
Sing something for me.
Old school 1990.
Yeah, sing something.
I can't sing nothing. I just know
What's
he's a funk. He's like, remember like Morris Day in the Time type funk. That's in George Clinton's realm. He's George Clinton and Funkadelics, I think is what it's called, or something like that. But yeah, he's a complete he's like the king of funk, George Clinton.
Is that like the Uptown Funk You Up? Uptown Funk You Up. I said
Possible.
Uptown Funk You Up. No,
Possible. Actually, it sounds
you're
good. Like
you're killing me, man.
You're
killing me. You're gonna have to quit. I thought that we've done a bunch of lives and that you just weren't bashful anymore. You're just still being bashful. So Ja Rule, that's a really cool one. Ja Rule's okay. It kind of looks to me like he's trying to like cover his junk though. Like maybe he's afraid he's about to get kicked in it or something. I don't really know what's going on in that scene. I'm really disappointed in this Flavor Flav. I actually have a Flavor Flav that's 1,000.
They've done better ones.
1,000 times better than this one. They put some little clock on him. If you notice, he doesn't even match the picture. So in the picture, he has on the whole red suit with the white glasses. In this one, he has a blue jean jacket, blue jean pants, white crazy small clock, and then he has the red glasses. I mean, so the picture doesn't even match like where he is. So I'm super confused on what they have going on there, and then we can start to get back into these guys that we've already looked at. They're coming out with the new Diamond series of Michael Jackson. That one will be pretty hot. It's going to be a Funko Shop exclusive
But you
1984.
know what I'm still waiting for. If we're gonna go Michael Jackson, I mean, you got to get the classic Thriller red jacket, you know, outfit. Why we need that pop?
You know,
I need
I
that either that the Thriller, the red jacket, the eyes from the Thriller video. I mean, that's got to be one of the most iconic music videos to date ever.
so there's so many things that Funko does anymore that I don't understand. And I think that we had Andrew, and Andrew was kind of talking about how, or somebody was talking about it, whether it was collecting plastics, maybe it was collecting plastics the other day, talking about how it was collecting plastics. Everything's went very corporate, and it's all about what's going to sell according to the corporate numbers and not necessarily what we want to see. And that's why we're not seeing the stuff that we want to see anymore, is because they're not worried about appeasing us. They're only worried about what their numbers say. And the numbers say that Michael Jackson holding this code and this pose is what's going to sell. You know what I'd like to see? You ready for this? I'd like to see Michael Jackson when he turned into the werewolf. You remember that
Yeah,
part when he like turns into the werewolf? Why can't I get that Michael Jackson?
yeah.
I would buy 10 of
Uh,
that Michael
there's so
Jackson.
many classes. I mean, just the Thriller. Base it off the Thriller. I mean, come on, that's one of his most iconic, songs to date. Most iconic albums to date. And you haven't done any Thriller yet. I mean, I think Thriller album sold more than any of his other albums.
Why can't I get why can't I get the Michael Jackson in the Smooth Criminal where he's like
That's a good one too.
both feet together, leaned way over? Like I know you remember that, right? So
Give,
it's the iconic pose where he's leaned way. I mean, it almost looks like he's defying gravity.
yeah,
He's lean.
that that's a classic Michael Jackson
Why
pose
can't I
too.
get that Michael Jackson? Why am I getting like these why
Hell,
am I getting these? Like
we can continue going. These two, because these are, to me, this is one of the Grammys, so it's just him going to the Grammys, and then this is his Super Bowl performance. You're not going after any. I mean, and maybe it's a licensing thing. Maybe it's a licensing thing with Michael Jackson's estate, and maybe they're not letting him do certain things. But none of these are based off of anything in his music career, essentially. For what you're getting, I mean, because you're correct. I mean, if we're talking about Thriller, we got Thriller. We're not doing the on his tiptoes. We don't have a moonwalk pose. We don't have a Billie Jean. We don't have even hell, give me a Jackson 5, give me something in there. I mean, hell, the I'm bad outfit with him in the jacket and stuff. I mean, we're not getting anything from his actual music career,
no.
and it could be a licensing thing, very, very possibly.
Something must be going on that we're all kind of like did not aware of. Smooth Criminal Leaning
Really?
already came out. Oh, look, I am
Now I
behind.
gotta look this up.
I am behind. I believe him. I don't need to look it up. Have you seen the Willy Wonka candy cans? The Wonka. I
No,
said Willy Wonka. The Wonka candy cans. Have you seen these guys yet? So these are something that I want to try. They come out with a bunch of different flavors. So we have caramel fudge. I know that you've always wanted the caramel fudge drink. This thing says it's sugar free. Don't know how it could possibly be sugar free and any good. We're gonna have the cotton candy. What? Are you kidding me? I am after this one for sure. Then we're gonna have the sour apple. It says don't don't eat it, drink it. Got the candy cane, the birthday cake. We have the rocket icy lolly. I don't know what that. I know what that is. It's rocket pop, bomb pop. That's what that is.
oh yeah, Rocket Pop.
Yeah, bomb pop. Gonna have bubble gum. That one should be pretty good. Marshmallow. That one should be fire. That looks like all of them. Will is anybody else gonna try these? Because I'm definitely gonna try these.
I'd be interested. I'd try them if I found them.
I am definitely going to have to give them a shot. I don't know how I'm gonna find them, but I am definitely going to find them at some point. Did you manage to you did manage to find
No.
that? Look at that.
So
You were
here's
on it.
here's what I'll tell you. I'm disappointed. So yes, there has been a couple other Michael Jacksons that we were talking about. There has been a red Thriller outfit, although he's kind of, I'm still want to see something with the classic silver glove. But there has been this, and they've also released down here. They do have the Bad album with him in that outfit. But here's my thing with this Thriller one that I'm kind of disappointed in, to be honest with you, is I get it. This is the start of the I want the werewolf.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Why don't we have the werewolf? And hell, I understand most Funkos only have those black eyes, but the classic part of that werewolf was having the sideways eyes on him, stuff like that. That's a pop we want to see. I mean, I get it. Give me the red jacket. That's still classic Thriller, but I am kind of disappointed in that one. But there has been a couple that
I see the lean poser.
The which one?
The lean pose in the white hat. There it is.
That's the
That's it.
Yeah. So they did do this one. You can kind of see it is leaning.
That's pretty fire.
So they have done this with the smooth criminal version. So those are. So we did miss some of those in there, but yeah. But I'd say you need it if you're going to start bringing out more Michael Jackson. You got to get back with the classic real Thriller pop.
I agree with you. They're gonna have to give me more. I want more from Michael Jackson. I don't really know why, but I do.
Now, real quick, I don't know if you've noticed recently, but we were actually called out in a short.
Who are we called out with?
We were called out.
Who are we called out with?
And so we're gonna have to talk about this in a second. But I actually got the video. So let me play this for you real quick.
Play it for me.
And we'll see you on the other side. JKL, awesome.
Let's see.
I've seen this. I've seen that.
Pizza. Why though? Why?
Because it's triangle and it opens up. So instead of my wife puts them in Ziploc bags, and to me this is just a completely useless item.
Yeah, I mean, why? What's the point? The only thing I can put in this is pizza.
Yeah, that's it.
The only thing I can put in it is pizza. Nothing else. If I need to store anything else, I'm done for. That's a useless gift right there.
Challenge accepted.
Come on, guys, you should know better. Think before you speak.
So we were called out by a very good friend of our show, Mr.
It's still useless.
It was funny as he called us out well before he even made that video about the damn pizza boxes. I still and I think I commented on it. I still stand by my statement. They are 100% useless. I mean, who's going to put some Oreos in a triangle-shaped item? That just seems kind of.
There was nothing that he did to that container that I couldn't do to any other container. And
why do I have to have a triangle?
That's container? Right. There was nothing special that he put in that container. But hey, look, I love that side of JKL. So I hope you continue to make those, because I think that was a great look for you. I love that side of JKL. So, I still stand by it, though. It's a useless 100%. Purchase that you shouldn't do.
Just don't do it. It's useless. It's pointless. But I will throw out a challenge to anybody out there, and it's kind of hit me up there, that we spew a lot of, whether it's good news, bad news, our opinions, whatever it is. If you guys feel the need to, feel free to call us out. Make yourself a little bit short. Send it over to me. And we might even pop it on the show.
Man, I say have a little fun with it, though. If you're gonna get me, you need to get me like that.
JKL's classic with that. So.
When it first came on, I thought, what's he gonna put in it? A slice of cheesecake? Because that's all you could put in it. I mean, look, I'll give him credit, but nothing he did with that I couldn't do with any other container. There was
No.
0 that he did. As a matter of fact, I could probably do it better with a different container than he did with that one. And I wouldn't have to pop it out. And I wouldn't have to put pizza. But hey, look, he's in New York. Do you know how they feel about pizza? They're
You know,
like,
and that for New York pizza, it's a big container, so big slices of New York pizza.
oh no,
It
that's
ain't.
probably small for New York. I mean,
Oh, actually, yeah, you're probably right.
that was probably small. You know, New York pieces are the size
Might
of our
have to get the
face.
pizza cutter out and cut it in half or
Size. We
something.
always probably had to cut it in 3 pieces in New
Mm.
York, you know, because that's the other part. I tell
Hey,
you what, I tell
that's
you
a
what,
challenge.
I
That's
tell
a
you what,
challenge
JK,
right there.
I have a challenge for you. I
Will
have a
agree
challenge
with
for
you.
you.
I think we're going to the same place here. If you want to call us out, and I know JKL watches these replays, if you want to call us out on this pizza container, I need to see you be able to fit a New York slice of pizza
Yes.
in that stupid ass
Not
container.
only do I need to see it fit in there, but I need to see you go to the pizzeria. I need you to tell them what the challenge is, then buy the slice of pizza and fit it in the pizza slice container. Look, you do that, and I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. You go to one of those New York deli pizzas and you say, let me buy a slice of my favorite pizza, and then show us how it fits in that container without cutting it.
You do that, and I may actually consider buying one.
I will rethink what I said, and I will buy one.
And I know he watches these replays, so the challenge is thrown back at you. We've been called out, but guys, if you guys, any of you guys ever do want to do something small like that, please feel free to call us out on our nonsense, because we know we do a lot of
Yeah,
nonsense.
no,
But
we talk some nonsense sometimes, and it's just all in fun, to be honest with you.
yeah,
But I'll tell you what, I will buy one if you'll go to a pizzeria, and you got to
in New
film
York,
this.
yes.
You got to film this. You can't just be like, "Oh, I went there and I bought this red Baron slice from
Yeah,
Walmart."
no,
No,
no
no,
frozen pizza.
no.
You need to go to an actual New York
Gotta
pizzeria.
go to a decent pizza place. You pick what you consider the best pizza place.
I mean, how many pizza places do they say there is in New York?
I don't know, but I just want to. He's got to go to what he considers his favorite pizza place, and he has to buy a slice of their finest pizza, whatever it may be, and then it's got to fit in that container. And if he can fit it in that container, I'll buy one. I'll take back everything I said. It's no longer useless. It's great for shipping pizza in. But if in fact it doesn't,
Without having to cut it or
without
adjust
cutting
it,
it,
or it's
without
got to be a
eating
New
it,
York slice.
you got to buy it from the people, take it from their hands, and stick it in the container. Then I'm with you. I know how strongly New Yorks are about their like pizza. I'm with you. What you got going on next week?
I have no idea. I think we're gonna try to go to Hollywood Studios this weekend, but it's supposed to be like 75% chance of rain. So I don't know if we're gonna make it. So we will see. And I still got to get out to Epcot, because of course I don't know if I brought it up last week. Epcot recently just took down a whole bunch of walls. Of course, it had been kind of deemed Walcott for quite a while, because since the construction started before COVID and was only originally supposed to take 2 or 3 years to complete, it has taken 5 years. So it's nice to finally see the center down. They still do have one section up, which is Communicore Hall, which is not opening up in 2023. It has been delayed till 2024, which is fine. But the whole center's down. Dreamers Point is available. The Walt statue is there, and they have some more fiber optics back in the concrete as they once did. But fantastic. But along with that, they had also released, the same day they opened those up, they also released the newer fireworks show for Epcot after removing Harmonious, and it's called Luminous. So I have not gotten a chance to see it yet. I think I might have watched a little bit online, but you really can't get the true perspective watching it online. So I got to get the right feel to see what I truly think about this new fireworks show. But that's at Epcot, so we're going to try. But it's getting closer to the holiday. So, that week between Christmas and Thanksgiving, we just do not go. It's so over the back. And that's the thing is, I think with Disney too, is there's so many people that have called me or messaged me or said something that they've seen on TikTok or, YouTube or something, that the parks are empty. I'll tell you right now, these parks are not empty. I mean, I was at Disney Springs last weekend, and that place was packed, completely packed. And I was at I think Epcot the week before, which of course was the week before all that opened up. And it was still packed. So these parks are not empty by any means, by any stretch of nature. The resorts are full, the parks are full, and people are still coming. So yeah, don't if you're. I would say if you really want a slow time, that's going to be coming up soon in the beginning of the year. But the downside at the beginning of the year is when they start a lot of rehab, so a lot of rides do go down during that time. But anyways, yeah, that's about all I got. I still got some more videos I'm working on, and just go from there. So you go see things sporadically coming out from me. How about you?
I don't know, man. Nobody's been watching my videos lately, so
I've watched your videos.
I think I'm gonna be done with YouTube here soon, and I'm gonna solely focus on my TikTok candy career.
I watched those too. Those are funny.
I think that here soon I'm just gonna solely focus on that. People like me over there. They don't so much like me over here, so I'm probably just gonna like go over there and focus on my candy career.
I remember you sent me those videos. I'm like, really? This guy's gonna sit there and eat, friggin' Skittles right in front of me and not share none? What the hell?
So I think my career path is probably better suited in that direction. Who knows? No, I don't know, man. I'm gonna figure it out from day to day. I haven't had much of a plan in the fourth quarter of this year. I've got to come back up with a plan coming into the first quarter of next year, but I'll figure something out coming up here soon. But guys, hey, look, we truly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us so much more than y'all know. Don't forget next week that this will be over on Chris's channel. I think I found the outro.
Which one we did.
Yeah, we truly appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. That's where you say have a good one, guys.
Oh, bye.
You guys are gonna have to put this in the description. I'm gonna leave this show tonight a little worse off, I think, quite honestly, than where we began. Everybody is watching this and watching this on the replay. You are now dumber and less important in life because of what has transpired here this evening. We apologize for what's going on right now. I'm going to try to pretend like none of this happened.